Hello, explorers! Welcome to Flow Space 101. We have already learned about rocks, soil, fossils, and fossil fuels. Today, we are going to use clues from the past to discover something new. Some clues tell us about ancient plants and animals. Other clues tell us about people who lived long ago. Our big question is, how can clues from long ago teach us about life in the past? Get ready to explore, discuss, think critically, and express your ideas. Let's begin with two important words, fossil and artifact. A fossil is a clue from an ancient plant or animal. A leaf print in rock, a shell fossil, a fish fossil, or a dinosaur bone can help us learn about living things from long ago. An artifact is an object made or used by people. A clay pot, stone tool, necklace, or piece of pottery can help us learn about how people lived in the past. Fossils and artifacts are both clues, but they tell us different kinds of stories. A fossil tells us about ancient life and nature. An artifact tells us about people and their choices. Think about this question. How is a fossil different from an artifact? Now, let's look closely and sort the clues. On one side, we have fossils. A leaf fossil is a clue from an ancient plant. A shell fossil is a clue from an animal that once lived long ago. A dinosaur footprint shows us where an ancient animal once walked. A fish fossil tells us about life in ancient water habitats. On the other side, we have artifacts. A clay pot may tell us how people stored food or water. A stone tool may show us how people hunted, prepared food, or built things. An old coin may tell us about trade or money. A necklace may show us how people decorated themselves or what they valued. Talk with a partner. Which clues are fossils? Which clues are artifacts? What can each clue tell us about the past? Remember, explorers do not just look. They observe, compare, and explain their thinking. Now, let's meet two people who study clues from long ago. A paleontologist studies fossils. Paleontologists learn about ancient plants and animals. They may study dinosaur bones, fossil shells, footprints, or fossil leaves. An archaeologist studies people from long ago. Archaeologists learn from objects, homes, tools, pottery, jewelry, and artwork left behind by people. Here is an important fact. Archaeologists do not study dinosaurs. Dinosaur fossils are studied by paleontologists. Both paleontologists and archaeologists carefully examine clues to learn about the past. A paleontologist might ask, what kind of animal lived here long ago? An archaeologist might ask, how did people live, work, eat, or create things here? Scientists and researchers use clues to help tell the story of our world. Now it is time to think like an archaeologist. Look at these 4 artifacts: a clay pot, a stone arrowhead, a necklace, and a cave painting. Choose one clue. What could it tell us about people from long ago? A clay pot might tell us that people stored food or carried water. A stone arrowhead might tell us that people made tools for hunting or protection. A necklace might tell us that people enjoyed decoration, traded materials, or made meaningful objects. A cave painting might tell us that people shared stories, observed animals, or expressed their ideas through art. There may be more than one good answer. The important thing is to use the clue to support your thinking. Complete this sentence. I think this clue tells us that people blank. Now it is your turn to write and share like an explorer. Choose one clue from long ago, then use science and history words to explain your idea. You can use these sentence frames. I chose a blank. It is a fossil or artifact. It tells us about blank. A paleontologist or archaeologist would study it because blank. For example, I chose an arrowhead. It is an artifact. It tells us about people who lived long ago. An archaeologist would study it because it helps us learn how people made and used tools. After you write, share your idea with the class. Speak clearly and explain your evidence. When we study clues carefully, we can learn amazing stories from the past. Great job, explorers! Today, you learned that fossils are clues from ancient plants and animals. You learned that artifacts are objects made or used by people. You discovered that paleontologists study fossils. And you learned that archaeologists study artifacts to understand people from long ago. The past is full of clues waiting to be discovered. Keep observing, keep asking questions, keep thinking like an explorer. Please like and subscribe for more learning adventures with Flow Space 101. Learn, think, and grow, one flow at a time. Go with the flow.